Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Bree from With Love Bree, and today I have a tutorial on how I'm going to make the new ScrapDiva Designs July release Popsicle Gift Box. You guys, this die is so cute and I cannot wait to share with you guys how it looks. If you haven't seen my unboxing of the July release, I accidentally posted it way too early. It was supposed to be scheduled for July 1st, but I saw that it posted and I was like, well, too late now. Like 400 people have already seen it. So I didn't get rid of it. I ended up keeping it there. So today for July 1st, for the new release, I thought I would go ahead and post a tutorial video of me creating one of the Popsicle gift boxes. And how cute is that? I am using some Michael's paper. I don't know if this is still available. I'll link it down below if it is. If it's not, I'll also put it down below in case you guys you know, check down there and see that you can see if it's not available, so that way you don't go to the store, because I did that with another video and I feel so bad for anybody that went to the store. But anyway, yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do there. And I just realized I put my box in backwards. So yeah, how fun is this? Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna create a little ice cream box, kind of like when you get, you know, a box of popsicles and you want to and you take them out of the box. So I thought that'd be really cute. But let me just show you a little like glimpse of my unboxing. So with the unboxing, I've already organized these. I sat down and I spent hours organizing all my ScrapDiva design dies. I need to do the rest, but right now I'm prioritizing ScrapDivas just because I work with them the most right now. So this is just a sneak peek of what comes in the dies. So as you can see, there are other components in some of the dies that I have back here. So check out my unboxing video. I'll put a little card up here on the top corner. I'll also link it down below for you guys so you can get to it quicker. But let's go ahead and get started with the Popsicle gift box card, or the Popsicle gift box tutorial. So this is what the die looks like. It comes with this main piece right here. I thought these cut out, but they actually just embossed, but they still look really cute on the box. I don't know if you can see it on here, but there are embossing lines on there. Sorry if you can't really see it, but it's there. And for this main piece, you only need to die cut it once, and you want to die cut that out of your pattern paper. If your pattern paper is not that thick, I would suggest, you know, because it's a box, to die cut it out of maybe 85-pound paper or 65 even, since you're layering it on top of each other, or 120, up to you. And so that way it's more, you know, stable. But I don't know, I think this paper right here from Michael's is fine, so that's what I'm using. And it's all personal preference as well. And then you also get this little ice cream drip. I am loving this drip, you guys. I'm a huge fan of drip. So that I die cut out of yellow, and this came from the pattern paper pad, which I will do a quick flip through of before I start so you guys can see. But how cute is this drip right here? So I did that out of yellow. And I'm not going to do any embellishing on these popsicles on camera today. Maybe I'll do that in another video and post it, because I do want to get this tutorial on time. It is June 30th and it's like 8 o'clock at night. So it's just me and the kids right now, and they're sleeping, but I wouldn't be surprised if they wake up. Okay, so anyway, okay, so these are the other components to the die. You have the popsicle sticks. This is for the side of the box. So let me open it. So you have the two sides right here that we're going to create. So 1 and 2, that is this die up here on the top. And then these two you only need to die cut once, because that's the top and the bottom. So the bottom has the little slit right here for the popsicle stick. And then this right here is for the top. And then this bottom piece right here is to lay the box on. So it's just this piece right here. Nothing cuts out, just a rectangle, but it does have the embossing lines on there, so that way you can tell where you're going to line up your little box on, or your walls to create the box. But it's super clean, and you guys, this box took me, it was so fast. I didn't even need to like do a what is that? like I didn't need to practice. Can't think right now. I've had to record 2 other videos, so I'm like drained. But anyway, so there are all the pieces for the ice cream. And I did, for the popsicle stick, actually die cut 2 pieces of chipboard because I want it to be a little more stable. What I did with this one was I actually cut off the top part that folds over, and I just realized like I shouldn't have done that. So I'm not going to do that for these ones. So I die cut 2 pieces of this really thin, lightweight chipboard from, if it's available, from scrapbook.com, but I don't even know if it's still available. I got this a couple years ago. But you can literally use packaging, you can use cereal boxes, that'll work too. So I did that, and then 2 pieces of light pink cardstock for the popsicle stick. And then I did pink for the box for the inside, and the shell paper the same as the last box here for the inside to layer. So I have all those, and then I wanted to show you guys, when you die cut your little drip piece, save this. So I am like, when I die cut it, I try to do a large piece, because this right here, if you flip it upside down, it turns into another drip. And yes, it does work. So I don't know if you guys can see. It does work as a drip. So I would save it. I wouldn't, you know, get rid of it. You can use it. So that turns into like a second piece. I mean, it's up to you, but to me, it looks fine. So that's how that turned out. Once I cut it up right here, bam. All right, so let me go ahead and just show you guys the paper pad. We'll do the box after we put the gift, the little gift box together, because I did do some die cutting and pre-cuts off camera. So these are all for today. All right, now this is the paper pad. It's called Tropic Bliss. Definitely look on michaels.com. Anytime I see anything that someone has hauled, I always look online first before going to the store, because I always just want to make sure that they have it. Sometimes I even like to just place the order and do it for pickup. Sometimes they have better deals that way. But this is the paper, and you get 3 of each pattern. And I've done a flip through of this before, but this is just a quick glance of it. Just really cute, fun patterns. I'm a huge fan of all the pink. There's yellow. Look at this really pretty palm. Blue, pink, solid. Look at this gold foil. I can't wait to use that one. And some drinks for like a scrapbook layout or something. So really cute pattern paper pad. Do recommend it. Again, I don't know if it's available, but definitely check michaels.com. I'll make sure to put it in the description box as well. So there is the die. So we got the drip, the main piece, and this. This is going to come in later when I show you guys the box, so we won't worry about that die right now. Okay, so now what we're going to do is put this together. A lot of this is going to be repetitive, so I might do some stuff off camera, and you'll see why, because it's just going to be 2 of everything. But what I'm going to do is just take my bone folder and make sure that the lines are all crisp. Don't get confused by the little embossing pieces for the actual popsicle. You can't really see it on this one. It didn't emboss too well with my machine, but you can kind of see it. There you go. And there's this bottom piece, or the top piece. The top piece for the popsicle is already on the main piece right here. So just remember that. And also you'll know what is the top and what is the bottom, because once you start putting it together, you're going to see the slit for the popsicle stick, and it'll make sense. But when you die cut it and you have a pattern paper that needs to be a certain way, just note that this does go on top. Okay, so there's that one, and then let's put this together first. So what I'm going to do on this one, I'm going to go ahead and glue this together, and just like what I always say this with 3D projects, I love, love, love them because all you have to do is fold one over and it lines up. So right here, there's this little flap right here, and I'm going to put that on the right hand side, or if you're left-handed, you can do it the other way. What I'm going to do is put adhesive right on this edge. And make sure there's no glue on the inside. Okay. I just keep putting glue on there. And then you're just going to fold it over onto the flap. Make sure this is folded down and fold it over. And just make sure it's lined up. And use your bone folder. And then you open it up. Bam. Lines up perfectly. Easy. Okay, and then you don't need to put glue on this, I guess, because it's on the top anyway, but I am, just for extra stability and so that way it doesn't keep popping off or popping up, going up, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of glue and tuck those inside. Okay. Then I'm going to take my bone folder and just make sure those are stuck down really good. Okay. There we go. Perfect. How cute is that already? Next, we're going to work on the actual box piece. So we'll make one of each side on camera, and then I'll do the other ones off. Because again, it's going to be the same. So I'm just going to fold all my lines here. Okay, so now we have all of these folded over, and what I'm gonna do, there's one short side and one long side. You want to make sure the short side goes underneath the long side when you glue it. So that's what I'm gonna do here, is just put glue on the shorter end, and this is how I do mine. Just like making the box, I just keep this one folded over and I just fold this like this and fold that. So it's up to you on how you want to do it, but that's how I'm going to do it, because then at least I know it glues on good because it's like flat on there. I could push on it and bam. So now you have this piece like this. You're going to do that to the other one because again, there's two of each piece. The only difference is this one doesn't have the little slit at the bottom for the popsicle stick because that goes on top for the box. Okay, so now for this part, before you glue this down, this is where I made a mistake. You want to put your popsicle sticks first because these are going to fold over inside of this piece here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these onto the pieces of chipboard. And then on the other one, the part that you fold down with the chipboard, I cut that off. But I don't want to do that to this one because it is a little flimsy on my other one. So I'm not going to do that at all. And you're going to flip these top pieces. I don't know if you guys can see. You're going to flip this going towards you. Like this. Okay. So now that that's glued, I am going to use hot glue to glue these onto the inside of this part right here. So I'm going to squeeze this in like so up to the score line on there where it folds. I'm just going to bring this up and could see the little wings. Those are going to get glued down. So really nice and sturdy. So see, oh my gosh, that's so bad, but it's still cute, so it's whatever. I'm not going to get rid of it. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this one over. So same thing, as you guys can see, this score line right here on the far left, because there's 1, 2. On the first one right here, I'm going to fold that over, and it's going to glue onto... Oh, sorry, that's a lie. Wait, hold on. What am I doing? Oh yeah, because it's going to get glued onto this. So I'm going to add my glue to the small end, or the short end, sorry. And fold that and put it onto here. And I'm just going to use my bone folder. Make sure that's on there good. Okay. And there you go. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to my 2 other pieces here, and it's going to be the exact same. You guys, so now I have my 4 pieces all put together, and this is what it looks like. And now it's going to be like a puzzle. I'm putting these together. So I'm going to start here with the bottom, which has the popsicle stick. And what you're going to do is you're going to interlock these 2 pieces together. And the way it's going to look is you're going to have them go in like this. So you're going to have this straight edge go in like this. The other end is going to look like this. But this is going to be your top part, is the one that looks cleaner, where it connects. Okay, so just make sure you do that. And what I'm going to do is put glue like this. And this is how I do this, okay? Have this flat out. Just make sure you're putting in the right way, so the straight edge right here. I'm going to put it in. And I'm going to flatten the piece out so I could make sure it's glued on good. Like this. Because you could still flatten the part that has the popsicle stick. And then I'm going to use my bone folder and do this. And bam, you have that piece. So now I'm going to do that, and you can see right here, they line up. So I'm going to do that to this one as well. Oh, my son woke up. So I'm going to do that to these as well. And they're going to all line up. Once you get to the end, that's the part where you can't flatten out any of the pieces, but it's pretty easy to put it inside. So I'm going to go ahead and do these, and we'll go ahead and finish the box up. Okay, you guys, so here is how the box looks. And again, this is going to be your top part, and this is going to be the back. As you guys can see, you know, it's not going to be the most perfect thing. Did I put this on backwards? Oh, I did. Oh, snap. It's supposed to line up like this. I mean, the back doesn't matter. So this would be flipped the other way. I have it upside down. But either way, it's okay, because the front matches. So now what I'm going to do is put it onto this shell paper and put it here. Sorry, my son woke up and I just got thrown off. And now he's just watching his Toy Story. But what I'm going to do is add some liquid glue to these pieces right here. And glue that down. So you can even take this piece, just make sure your paper is upright, and glue it onto there like this. And it should line up there perfectly. How fun is this? All right. So here it is, you guys. This is how the box looks. And then when you put it inside of here, it looks like this. And see how it's just, it stays up. This one doesn't. It just wants to die down. So this is how it looks with the chipboard in between. And then you pull it open. And then what we're going to do is add this. So this doesn't have any score lines, which to me is not a bad thing, because you can use this for other things. But when it comes to lining this up in the center, you kind of just have to play with it a little bit. So if you're like me and you have to have it at least close to center, then yeah, you definitely want to just kind of eyeball it here and guess. So the best way I found to get this lined up centered as best as possible is this one right here is the longest little drip. I put that, well, as you guys can see here, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. It goes like right on the edge right here, close to the edge. So I'm going to start off there. And then before I crease anything down, I just wrap it around to see. And if it looks good to me, yeah, see? So like in the middle, it's gonna meet. You just have to fold all your edges down. And you're gonna glue it down. So that looks good to me. I'm gonna go ahead and just add some adhesive. And you guys, I put my adhesive just on the top, about 1/4 inch thick, because I want the bottoms to be a little loose. I don't want it to be like stuck on there. You can put foam tape as well. The only thing about using foam is that when you wrap it around, it's gonna shorten it to where the back is you're gonna have this big gap between the two. So I would cut this piece either just to the front or to the sides and the front, because it's not gonna wrap around the whole way. The foam is just gonna shorten it up. So just keep that in mind. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this and adhere it. Just make sure it's lined up good to the top. Perfect. All right. So now I'm gonna just kind of fan up these edges in the front, or not the edges, but the little drip, just a little bit. Okay, and then this is how the little popsicle / ice creams look. Now we're gonna make a box for these to go in. Well, there goes my son. You guys, so let's go ahead and make the box for these popsicles to go in. So I went ahead and I cut my papers down. I did 2 of each piece because, again, a 12 by 12 inch paper is not enough. 2 8.5 by 11 papers are what you're gonna need. I am using 110-pound paper, and I am using a little bit of a darker pink. So I cut down 2 sheets to 8 by 6, and then I cut the excess paper that was left over. I cut them at 8 by 3 3/4. Now, when it comes to scoring, let me go ahead and just bring in my scoring board. Okay. So on the 8-inch side, you're gonna score at 1 1/4 on both sides. You can choose to score at 6 3/4 if you would like, but I just think that with scoring boards sometimes they don't line up perfectly, or if you cut your paper weird, it's not going to line up perfectly. So I always do 1 1/4, and then I turn it all the way around and do 1 1/4 to the other side. So at least I know those 2 edges are straight. Okay, and that's it that you're gonna do on the 8 by 6 inch piece. You're gonna do that to both of them. So for each paper or page, or sheet, you're gonna score them the same. And then for this one here, which is the 8 by 3 3/4 side, you're gonna do the same thing and score at 1 1/4 on one side, and score it again on the, score it again on the other side at 1 1/4. And then you're going to score on the 3 3/4 inch side. You're going to score at 1 1/4. And you can flip it over and do 1 1/4 again. But for this one, it doesn't like really matter. But yeah, you're going to score at 2 1/2. Okay. Now I'm going to show you guys something that I did, because this is going to be the bottom of the box. And so I'm going to show you what I did to the top. This right here is the top. I used the drip because, you know, I just said it earlier in the video, I love drip. So I did keep, or I did make drip out of the one piece. What I did though, because this has such a deep piece, I didn't actually cut this down to make it work. Because it was a last minute decision. So if you have already cut this down, I mean, you could remeasure and do whatever you want. But what I did was I let some of these hang off. And the only one that I had, the only one that I had hang off were these 3. So 1, 2, and 3, because they're longer. And then what I did was I just used my scissors and I just rounded them myself. I mean, you can't even really tell that they're rounded, so I don't care. But this is going to be the bottom, like I said, so I didn't need to do that. And I did run that through my die cutting machine, obviously, to get that cut. All right, and now what I'm going to do is fold all my lines here. And we are going to do some cutting on this piece. The other one, you don't have to do you don't have to do any cutting, but you might want to do die cutting. So I'll go over that as well. So this is the 8 by 6 inch piece. This one you don't have to do die cutting on, or do cutting on. Jeez. You don't have to do cutting on that one, but for this one here you do. So the only thing that you want to leave on are the middle ones, and those I'm gonna cut. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna cut those in half. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just cut the 4 corners off, and for the back end, I am gonna cut just at a slight angle on this back 1 inch piece. And then okay, and then again, this is the back piece, so I'm going to cut it at an angle because that one you're not going to see anyway. Now it's up to you if you want to do the drip too at the bottom. Again, that's really up to you. These I'm going to cut in half. You don't need these tabs, to be honest. All you need are just these 3. So you don't even have to score the 1 1/4 and 1 1/4. All you need is just, you know, the 3 middle parts. But I like to have this for extra stability, so it's up to you. Okay, so let me just, I don't know. Do I want both? Okay, so I think I am going to do this. So let me show you guys what I did. So I'm going to take my die. And I'm going to put this, okay, this is my flap right here. And I'm just going to line this up to where I want it. And I'm going to go ahead and tape this into place. And I'm just going to use a piece of this mint tape and just glue that down. Okay, and now that I have that die cut, I'm going to go ahead and remove this. So you can see all these little pieces just cutting out, which we don't need. I'm going to slowly remove this, but the mint tape usually does great. There we go. Okay. And there we go. And as you guys can see, these ones are cut off. This one's just a little bit. So I'm going to take my scissors. I am going to take a bit of a thinner scissor here, or like a fine tip. And I'm just going to curve and use your wrist, not, you want to move the paper, not your scissors. Believe it or not, my kindergarten teacher, my first grade teacher, they taught us that before I moved schools. Okay. I've always remembered that. It's crazy. Okay. Anyway. There we go. Just want to round it as best as you can. Okay. So again, you could cut this differently. You can make this piece a little bit longer so you could die cut it. But mine was all last minute, so. And I kind of don't, I didn't want these on the ends. I should have paid attention to that. So I'm just going to trim those off. Because they're just way too thin. Okay. So now to put the box together. And you guys, I have not put this together before. This is, you know me. Look at my notes. Messy. I don't even know how I understand that. So I'm going to try and do this. Okay, so for the front, I did do a window. Now that's where this die comes in, which you saw earlier. This is a Trinity Stamps die, which I have used in a card video. And what I did was I first used the smaller die to cut out the window. And then to make this outline piece right here, I used 2 of the dies. So I used the largest one and this one that I used to create the window. And I use that to make a frame so that way I can have a little frame on here. So we're not going to embellish the box. I'll do that in another video. But this is how I put it together. So I'll have this die as well in the description box. Again, I've used this before. And I do love that die. I wanted to use something that was like scallopy because of this whole drip. I didn't want just a straight rectangle. I just felt like it needed, you know, more movement because of all of that going on already. So I'm going to go ahead and put these together, and I am going to grab some acetate because I am going to put some acetate inside of here as well. And I think I'm actually going to, do I want to sandwich it? I might sandwich it between these 2 layers. So I'm going to cut a piece that measures perfectly within this rectangle right here. Okay, so I went ahead and I cut out a piece of acetate, and this one does have a film, so let's remove that. Ooh, how nice and shiny. And I'm gonna glue that onto there. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my glue and glue this down. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to glue this on. Now I did this in between the 2 layers, so that way in the back of this there isn't any acetate showing. So as you guys can see right here, it's covered. So I can do another window or something on that one. But I'm going to go ahead and add some adhesive onto this now, and I have to be very careful because this glue does tend to ooze a lot. But it is strong with acetate, so I'll do my best. Alright, so there's the cute window. I'm so excited. I can't wait to embellish this. I really hope I can get a video of me embellishing this and then have it posted. I'm going to be gone, so I don't know when that video will be out. But let's go ahead and put this together. I can't wait to put these popsicles inside. Imagine they don't fit. Well, that's on me though, because I did not do this beforehand at any other time. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this down now. I'm going to use the same adhesive here. Oh, huh? What? Yes. You watching Toy Story? Most of the time you guys hear my daughter, but right now you're hearing my son because my daughter's sleeping. Okay, let's see. I just knew he was gonna wake up. She usually stays asleep. It's him who wakes up. Okay. So we're gonna glue one of these down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one right here, which is going to go on to the top. Is this my top piece? No, this is my top one. This is going to go up right here. So I'm going to glue it now so that way I can get it lined up straight. And I'm going to do the bottom one as well. So I'm just going to glue this down. And do I want it on the inside or do I want this out? I think I'm going to do the inside. So I'm going to put this down. You just want to make sure these do fold up, which they do. Okay. And I'm going to use my bone folder. And this is another reason why for the back you want to kind of cut in an angle, because you don't want it to get in the way of these folding up. So it's better to have it, and it's not really going to be seen either. So, okay, do this one. Okay, so this part right here, it's in the way of this. So again, I'm gonna cut this. And that's why you want to cut on the inside of the score line. I just didn't do too well for that part. So that way it folds in nicely. Alright. So now we're gonna fold these in. And this is gonna get glued over like this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add my liquid adhesive. I'm going to put it on the back piece. The reason why you want to do that is so that way the front is like a cleaner look. Okay, so I'm going to close this like this, just like with the ice cream box, and I'm going to adhere it down. Just so it's flat. Okay. Kind of excited. It's looking cute. Oh my goodness, like how adorable is this box? Okay. It's turning out just like I planned. The window was last minute, but I'm so glad. Okay. And now this is gonna get folded over and put inside. Again, so that way it stays in place. And this is going to get glued onto here. And I think the way that I'm going to glue this on is I'm going to put some foam there. So I'm going to use a strip of foam. So I have this one from scrapbook.com. And I'm just going to cut a strip off. I'm going to put it on here at the bottom. And that's to give the drip some dimension. Because who doesn't love dimension on their projects? So, okay. And you can glue those two sides down if you'd like. But they're pretty snug in there, to be honest. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of hot glue. Make sure it's going to be on there good, and glue it down. How cute! Oh my goodness. Imagine ice cream boxes were this cute. So I'm just putting my hand in here to make sure it's getting stuck on there pretty good, which it is. And I'm going to take I have this face cleaner that I don't use, and I use it to clean off my acetate. Look, it's coming off. Oh, I didn't wait long enough. Oh, I didn't put enough glue. Okay, here we go. Adding glue. Hey, it's okay. It's definitely fixable. Just gotta, like I said, I get scared putting too much of that glue, so I just didn't put enough. Yeah, everything else is on there good. Okay. So yeah, this is a face cleaner I don't use. And I'm just using it. It's so soft, so it just works perfectly. Okay, so there's that. And then this is the top. I'm going to cut these because they're just a little too thick. I'm going to cut them at an angle. So I am going to cut these just to make it easier to take or open and close the box. Yeah, because I did not cut that straight. I could see it. I could see why it's not fitting. Alright. Much better. Okay, there we go. How cute is this? Okay, and then what I'm going to do is... I didn't really plan for this part because I totally forgot about this. Let's see what it would look like. Let's just say... Ooh, yeah, okay. So I'm making this like a little... Ooh, how cute. So this is on the outside, the drip is on the outside, and then the drip here is on the inside, so that when you open it, it comes out and it has that. I was going to use Velcro for this to go on here, but I am loving that frame, so I'm just going to leave it as is. Okay, for the moment of truth. I'm actually going to cover the inside probably with patterned paper. So I'm going to cut that down, but again, that'll be in a different video of me decorating this, and I'll probably embellish one of these with you guys. We'll see how much space I have in here. I left a little bit of space. Okay. I just need to fit one more. Please allow it. I'm hyperventilating. There we go. Okay. Okay, so they do fit, you guys. However, because I decided not to glue these down, the little drip parts, it was having a little bit of a harder time, but they do fit, as you guys can see. I left some space in the front and the backs of the popsicles, so I'm going to do really simple embellishing on those because the box doesn't have a whole lot of space. But let's go ahead and tuck this bad boy in. Will it even fit? That's the question. Extra drip right here. How adorable is this box? Cute. Loving this. Yes, this is it. And then you take this out and you have your little ice cream boxes or popsicles, and each one will have their own. And you can adjust the sizes to the box, but I really wanted to have a little ice cream box to hold these little ice creams. So there it is, you guys. Next video, you'll probably see me altering, or not altering, but decorating the ice cream box and one of these popsicles. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope this inspired you guys to grab the die. Don't forget to check out my unboxing in case you guys are interested in seeing the full release. But look at all the fun dies, you guys. This is just a sneak of it. So check out that video so you guys can see them a lot better. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope this video inspired you and got you guys and got you guys excited for summer. But I hope you guys have a great day, whatever day it is that y'all are watching this, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.